Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to another episode of World of Horror. I was thinking about it. Literal shower thoughts here, right? Like, I don't know if anybody remembers that meme, but, I was thinking about, like, since the game's gonna get updated recently, and I've been like, oh, I really want a bug fix patch, you know, that sort of thing. Honestly, I've been thinking about that. I don't think a bug fix patch would be very good, and I'll talk about that for a second. Like, obviously, I think a bug fix patch would be good for the current player base, right? Like, people like me who play the game every day, right? However, I don't think that makes sense from a, like, whatchamacallit. I don't really think that makes sense from not necessarily like a financial standpoint, but from a, like, having a community standpoint. Like, well, that's also the wrong word. Like, I'm trying to figure out the right word, and I'm not figuring out the right word, so that's kind of a bummer. But I'm gonna go to Steam charts real quick, alright? We're gonna go to Steam charts, and then we're gonna search up World of Horror, and we're gonna see what happens. World of Horror has 27 people playing it, and has the most people who have played it in the last 30 days was 63 at one point in time. Right, so, like, there's about, what did it say again? There's about 31 people 31 playing an hour ago. So there's about 31 people who are playing the game right now, right? And so that basically means that, like, how many of those people are, like, new players who picked up the game, and how many of those people are, like, older players who have been playing frequently, right? I would say probably most of those people are newish, and although it has been kind of stabilizing around, like, looking at the Steam charts, it's been stabilizing around about between 20 and 40 people. Actually, no, I take that back. It's stabilizing between 20 and 36 people, right? So if we go look at it from, like, a week period, yeah, we had a peak of 63 people, or like 52 people here and there. There's not a lot of people playing this game, is what I want to say. And when you have, like, I'll use Joey as an example. Joey still hasn't unlocked content from the pumpkin patch, right? And Joey still hasn't done the new, like, content from, I believe this is the Ichiban patch, is that what it's called? So you have people who, they play the game when it gets updated, but they haven't unlocked all of the previous content yet, and so they're still doing content from older patches, which is new to them, right? And so you get into a situation where, like, you could maybe do, like, a bug-fixing patch, and most people who play, like, come back to the game to play, would still find new stuff. That's definitely a possibility. But you see that, like, when the game gets updated, you have hundreds of people playing it. But when the game doesn't get updated, you get about, like, like, what did it say here? We had, back in December 2021, we had an average players of 107 with a peak of almost 500. And that quickly fell off to 50, then 30, then 20, and then we're kind of averaging around 26 players a day. And for the last 30 days, an average of 26.8 people play every day, and there's 31 people playing right now. And that's from an hour ago, so I guess right now isn't really, like, you know, that accurate, I suppose. But basically, like, if you want people to come back to the game, you have to drop new content. Right, like, I think that's kind of where it's at. And so, I swear, it was a lot more coherent when I was in the shower. But, because I'm trying to get the words that I had there, I was, like, thinking to myself, like, this is a really good anecdote. And then I start talking in the video, and it's like, wow, I'm an idiot. But, Yeah, no, like, you have basically, you want to release new content so that you have new stuff to advertise that will get people excited and come back to the game. Now, realistically speaking, they are going to only see content from, like, Pumpkin Patch, Ichiban, and maybe, if there's, like, enemies, a little bit of content from the new patch. But they're not, like, if you release a new update that's just, like, a bunch of bug fixes, like, you're not, like, people aren't gonna come back for that, right? Even if there is a lot of content they haven't seen before. Because you need something, like, you need something flashy to advertise, right? Like, and you've already dropped the Necronomicon bomb, so it's like, what else can you get? But, anyways, we got knowledge, we got dexterity, your seconds potentially, but second enemy is the most important. Light source and strength. So we've got everything but charisma, which is a-okay for me, and we've got a light source. So, like, listen, you know what I like to do when I see something like that. I think that's quite helpful. And so I think we're probably going to do that. I'm almost curious to try to get the illegal den, but, like, we would have to get rid of the monument because I want to get the heavy-duty flashlight. Okay, let's throw it away immediately once it gives us abolish. Enthrallment, that's actually completely fine. We're gonna use enthrallment, actually. We'll do that. We're on Miku perks, so that's fine. Isato, huh? I mean, we could just let Isato go. Because we are on Miku perks, right? I'm like 99% sure. I'll just take the EXP boost, that's fine. The EXP boost is kind of sus, I'll admit, but it should be completely fine. And we can always just let Asato go and then forgore the spells. But yeah, no, I think that from like, keeping, not necessarily getting a community, because there is a community around this game, but I mean, like, keeping the community active and, like, activated, you probably just want to do new content. Because, like, if you think about it, like, a lot of the time for QA stuff, the developers, like, I'm obviously referring to a team here, but I would presume it's just Panstash doing the QA. Like, a lot of the time, the developers will know about the bugs before they launch the update, and they'll just, like, deal with it, right? Like, a lot of the bugs might already be known, some of them might not be, but a lot of the time it's just devoting resources to doing bug fixes versus doing new content. And a lot of the time, new content wins out. And so, you know, if you want to do, like, a new big update for World of Horror, what's more exciting? What's going to get people to come back to the game, right? Like, if I made, if the update dropped tomorrow, and then I made a video like, yo, the update dropped, it's got a bunch of bug fixes, the game works perfectly now. How many of you watching this right now would go play World of Horror? Right, like, if you own the game, how many of you would play it? But if I made a video, if the update dropped tomorrow and I made a video with, in the thumbnail, a bunch of new enemies, the new characters, maybe showing the new perk text, and be like, new secret final boss or whatever, how many of you would immediately go and play World of Horror, like, the moment you saw that video, right? Because it's like, one thing is, like, way more exciting than the other. And even if a lot of the new stuff is broken, as long as it doesn't crash the game, which I'm pretty sure the only hard crash comes from, like, I have heard reports that Moriko's Forest event hard crashes people's games, which I've never gotten. Like, I've literally never seen it. Just like we've never seen the Aiko school event, where you can recruit Aiko's friend. Never seen that either. And we've been to the school and the forest plenty of times as both. But the Moriko event crashes the forest, and then the Hayano event, the Hayano perk crashes if you get a skill check. And I say Hayano perk, but it's like a generic perk that anybody can get. But it is really weird, right? Like, there's a lot of weird, like... But the thing is, that's not what I want. If you think about it, right? Like, when you get into the train of thought has been completely derailed. Now that I'm actually starting to play the game. All my homies apparently hate reason and sanity, so let's just die and then re-roll. I'll take that. But like, if you think about the bugs and glitches that we have now, right? Like, how many people are gonna play Hayano and then get that perk and then crash the game? Probably like out of the 26 people who play on average, probably one of them, and that's me, right? Right? Like, there's not a very big sample size for basically yeah, I'm being like realistic on that. Like, how many people are playing Hayano out of the 26 people who play every day? How many of them play Hayano? And then out of that, let's say 2 people, so that I'm not in that demographic there. Out of that, like, 1 person who's playing Hayano that's not me, do they already know the perk's broken? And do they already know? And if they don't know the perk's broken, if they're playing Hayano, there's a high chance they do know the perk is broken, because this is our first enemy. Because if they're playing Hayano, then they're engaging with content in the game that you have to go into the files to edit. So they probably know at least a little bit of what they're talking about, right? And then, but let's say that they somehow have Hayano. They've never played Hayano before. When they level up, what are the chances that they take that perk? I don't think they are taking that perk, right? Because it shows you what stat the checks require, which is something that people are going to try for, like, for fun, right? Like, oh, she's weak to that damage, you piece. But, yeah, no, like, it's a very strange way to put it, but, like, how many people are playing Hayano? Basically no one. And then how many of those people are going to see the perk in the first place? Because if you remember the testing that we did for, like, the perks, for, like, the custom character perks, we would have to, like, what I ended up doing was literally, I ended up giving the characters 1 perk pack, because I would never be able to get the perks. Like, I would just get neutral perks, or I would just get the same custom perks every single time. And so I had to end up giving, like, I had to end up editing the custom characters that I have, and then I had to end up giving them literally 1 perk pack. And then even then, I sometimes had to re-roll, right? Like, fishing for the perk that you want is, like, cursed as hell. So, out of the people who play Hayano, which is a player demographic that doesn't exist, I literally had to make them up, because I'm pretty much probably the only person who plays Hayano. Even in, like, the dev screenshots that Panstash showed for the new update, Panstash doesn't even have Hayano installed, right? So, like, that's just, nobody likes Hayano. It's sad, very sad. But, alright, contaminated water. Are we just, like, this is a cursed run. I mean, we'll do Freaky Feature found footage, sure. And Young Witch will be our second enemy, so do remember that. How do we... Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get cursed here. Panic is... Oh boy, love Panic. Love me a Panic. Good old-fashioned Panic. We're gonna re-roll a couple times here, but what we're going to do is this. Okay, so we need experimental drug. There it is. Love to see it. Gotta buy it before inflation hits, and it becomes 5 funds instead of 4. Do you want to take Doom for a crowbar? Sure, why not? I mean, I don't want to take the other option. Let's get a brick. Let's get a couple of bricks, please. Thank you, thank you. But, Mansion's doomed? Forest safe? I mean, we need to level up, though, right? Like, you hate to see it. Don't cadaver me. Don't cadaver me, you piece. Found a flashlight? Hey, I'll take that. I will take that. That's free stats. It doesn't help with the blue option, because we already have the heavy-duty flashlight, but, like, I'll take it. Okay, no cadavers. No cadavers here. Cadavers are banned. I'll take peace of mind. You're gonna think I'm crazy, but, like, our stats are low enough that I'm not messing around at this point. But, -1 reason. Oh, boy. Okay, so what do we do here? It's very simple. We go get cursed again. We go back to the pharmacy. And then we buy another experimental drug. And then we exist in a 9 stamina world. That's a little terrifying, but we should still be fine. And I like getting the stat increases, even though they basically do nothing. Should we be Setsuna Fire Emblem? Yes. There's some big brain strategy to this. There is. Trust me. Source. Works cited. Always run, right? Like, always run. Fractured ribs, completely fine. We don't worry about that. But yeah, it's like, how many people are playing Hayano? And for the people who have the Moriko event, where they crash, right? Like, they already avoid playing Moriko because of that. And so, you know, there's just, like, the game-breaking bugs do not exist in a way that they affect, like, the casual player who pops in at the start of every update and maybe plays for, like, an hour and a half. Right? And, like, that's the majority of people who play the game, is when the game gets updated, you'll have, like, 100, 400 people who play, somewhere around there, and then they'll play for a couple hours. Maybe they're streamers, maybe they're streaming it. But, like, they're not gonna experience the bugs in the way that the people who play the game frequently do, right? Like, the people who play the game frequently, like me, are going to experience all of the bugs because we play it a lot. But most of the people who play the game are never going to experience those bugs. So I think that, like, from a game health standpoint, it's probably better to just do another update and have that update break everything. But as long as nothing's, like, super game breaking, right? And then just try to patch it all later. Which is not how, you know, I would personally want it done, because I'm selfish and I want things to revolve around me, obviously. But, like, you know, if the game got a big bug-fixing patch, basically what I'm trying to say. And, you know, this is probably going to be an unpopular opinion, because I think a lot of people want to just say, like, oh yeah, no, of course I want the game to be patched. But at the same time, it's not necessarily the best thing for the game itself. Can we do this? We can do that. I would rather do 90-90 if that's possible. That is possible. But, like, here's the thing. I obviously think the game should be, like, patched, right? I obviously think the bugs should be... You piece. We're not gonna get burned. Did you see what that woman was wearing? She's on my screen right now. I do see what she was wearing. I selected that freaking outfit, you piece. Oh no, this is all perks, isn't it? Okay. I almost thought I was Fast Swimmer and I got happy, but I got baited. That's the reason why Parting Gift is the worst perk in the game, because it shares perk art with Fast Swimmer. But we'll go ahead and take a point of knowledge here. Probably just ignore the tent, that's fine, because it's just a flat one. We would really like to get out of this mystery, like, as quickly as possible. You piece. But, yeah, no, I think that from a perspective of, like, do you want people to be playing the game? If the answer to that is yes, then you've gotta kind of decide, like, the game needs more content, right? Now, of course, what I would personally prefer is a bug fix patch, but a bug fix patch isn't really exciting. So I do not think it's going to particularly happen. It could happen, though, and I would be happy, but I've been thinking about it, like I said, and I would be happy if there was a bug fix patch that was just, like, it was just exclusively bug fixing. But I don't think that would bring people to the game, and I think that's unrealistic, because it would just make, like, my daily runs more palatable, and that's, like, that's an extreme niche of an audience, right? That's like the person who plays every day and plays very frequently and plays a wide variety of characters. That's that's an extreme niche that not a lot of... It's probably like the 26 people who are playing right now. Or on average every day, I should say. Like I said, it was like an hour ago, 31 people. which probably doesn't count me because it was updated an hour ago, and I started playing, you know, like 20 minutes ago, so... So, I hate this. I hate this. Like, this is terrible. Like, I don't know how or where we're gonna go with this, because we just don't have, like, anything to work with here. That sucks. That's terrible. Like, we wanted to get some stat increases, but, like, that's so bad. This is, like, confronting the stranger is getting thrown out in that stamina, right? So go ahead and click that. Like, is there anything that we can get taken care of here? Like, I don't really know, like, because we've already been there 3 times, so there's not really any more resources that we have. I think we just gotta send it, honestly, and hope that we don't get a stamina cadaver, which there is one here. We'll risk going through, that's fine. We rolled a 5+1, that's terrifying. This is fantastic. Although we did get price hike, didn't we? No, we didn't. We did not get price hike. Okay, okay. That's very nice. It's very nice. If this location could become dangerous or doomed, that would be, like, so sketchy. We're very close. We're very close. But, oh boy. Oh no. Current objectives survive. I don't think we're making it past the wordless ward, I'll be honest with you. So this is gonna do 9. So we can do... Ooh, that's bad, though. So we could do 13, which is what we should probably aim for. We are very close. If we had the compass, we would have already leveled up by now, but we couldn't, Like, do we have fetid fumes? I don't... Okay, we don't have fetid fumes. I think we've got to rest. I think this has got to be a rest floor, but we've got to make something happen with the monument, right? Like, we got to go here. We got to make something happen. And if you need stamina, friend, like, that's just a nightmare. Like, we got to give it to him, obviously, but... And, I mean, here's the thing. We still can't survive, which is the messed up part. It's already doomed. You can't hurt me anymore. Do I want to go one more time to 70% doom? I think we do. And then we'll use the monument. We really wanted to take money or reason. Money or reason. Thank you. That's huge. Now, we can't die here, but it is still very sketchy. Oh, God. I'll take the curse. Oh, it's an injury. Wait, no, it's a curse. I don't get this game sometimes. Oh my god, there it is. There it is. 8% attack speed. Why not? We're gonna go to 8-8 for strength. So we need to get dexterity. We need to put 2 points into dexterity. So 1 more point of dexterity and we'll be fine. Do we want to sacrifice an ally? No, we want to prepare thine self and probably just hashtag burn it all down. Yeah. We'll give him one of these. Holes kind of sucks. So Heart of Darkness, we do need to remember our second mystery. But Young Witch was our second enemy. We need to internalize that a little bit. Like, a lot of it is RNG at this point. Getting contaminated water early was very rough. Oh, man. Oh, man. How do we get through with this? Like, we gotta go Wordless Ward. Like, that's non-negotiable. But, like, you know, that's rough. Like, we're not gonna do that immediately. Is there anything... Like, do we want to sell the flashlight to get... Like, fractured ribs. Oh! Fractured ribs is a minor injury, so we can just get that taken care of. 40 EXP for free? That's pog. Okay, so... Yeah, I think we probably just leave, right? Like, there's nothing else we can do here, so... We'll go ahead and get a lot of EXP, which is very, very nice. That's huge. But, like, I am very concerned about our... Like, we're probably gonna doom out. I think that's probably what's gonna happen. And the hospital's so bad because we don't have the luck to survive that one elevator thing. Oh, thank God. Do we want to skip an investigation here? Oh. -1 reason for failing? That's fine. You're thrown out of the hospital. Well, joke's on you. I've got another freaking entrance to the hospital. Definitely want to heal here for sure. We go up to 78% doom. 78% doom. Do we have fetid fumes? I mean, we gotta. Like, we gotta. Like, we just gotta hope that we can get to Akamanto and kill him. Oh god, that's terrible. Branded like cattle is like, you lose. Like, good day. Uh-oh. You want to talk about losing and good day. May I introduce to you the one and only anomaly attendant and corpse caregiver. So, you know, we can, as a treat, just attack 3 times. Okay, so switch here. Okay, how's our brace looking? We gotta go for that. We gotta go for that. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, and you know what else we gotta go for? We gotta kill her, and then we've gotta kill her, which we cannot actually do. It's impossible. And they're not doing the correct amount of damage, I don't think, but, you know, just brace for impact, it'll all be fine. Just hit one of them. Okay, I wanted to get some cheeky extra damage there, but it is what it is. So we've lost, because Anomaly Attendant just kind of hits different, but that's totally fine. Steak, knife. I mean, we do have the painkiller, so it's not the end of the world. Oh my god, doomed already. My beloved. Like, we're gonna have to run away from here, though, so it's like, I don't understand how we get out of this. And remember, it doesn't even, whatchamacallit, small candle, and I believe, to an extent, oh my god, small candle, and to an extent, the other thing. So, can we fight here? I think the question is, like, no, because we would have to brace for impact. Actually, maybe we can. If we get really lucky, then yeah. They're weak. Okay, they are weak to this kind of attack. So, this is going to do 9, but it's actually going to do 10. And then this is going to do 14. So, we still died, but we killed the boss. Like, here's the thing. If we didn't do this, we'd be at 91% doom. We'd never make it to Akamanto. So there's not really anything that can be done about it. Like, you just kind of have to pain Peko. Like, it is what it is. But to kind of cap off, sort of, my thoughts about it. Like, I obviously want the game to get a bug fix update, because it would be more fun to play. But at the same time, it would be like, I don't think it would really invigorate the community to the point where they'd be like, oh yeah, this is the real shit, you know? Because it's like, bug fixes are just kind of expected. Well, new update is exciting and new, and there's a mystery to it. And I think this game has always had problems with player retention, but the thing is, you don't, like, I think that player retention doesn't have to be the point. Right? Like, I think that if you get somebody, like, not every roguelite has to be played, and this is rich coming from me, I know, but not every roguelite has to be played a million times, right? Like, you don't have to play every roguelite every day. And so, by making an experience that somebody picks up, they go through all the mysteries a couple of times, and then they put it down, I think that's a success. I think that's a W, right? Like, I think that's a W. Even if you only have, like 26 people playing on average, right? Like, if, you know, like, 10 of those people are new players who have never played before, and they're going through the mysteries at their own pace, they're enjoying the lore, they're enjoying the scares, they're having fun going through the game, playing the characters, I feel like, and then after they do that, they put the game down, and they'll come back in like 6 months once there's an update. I think that, I think that's fine, right? Like, I think that's fine as long as people are having fun with it and enjoying it. Then even if you don't have them coming back for more every day, not every game has to be that way. And so I've had a lot of weird thoughts this episode. Like, I've been jumping all over the place. But I do think that if you wanted to give more people those moments where, like, they're a new player, they come in, they do the mysteries a couple times over, get some variation, see the different timelines maybe, I feel like that is basically, like, and they stop playing after like 5 or 10 hours, like, yeah, no, that's fine. Like, if people are enjoying it, if they're having a good time, that's basically what you could want, right? Like, you can't complain about that. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching. My name's been Webweaver. Wish me luck on the Pheonix tonight. We're gonna go back in because we're all 8 of us are gluttons for punishment, and we need to, we need to keel over and die. It is indeed what it is. And that bird hits a little different, let me tell you that. Like, Pheonix is hard. Although, well, I mean, it's not really that hard. It's just that, like, we are a very, like, we are advertised as a mid-core static, I believe. But, like, because we've been missing a lot of days, it's more of a casual thing at this point. But everybody is, like, try-harding to win, right? So it's, like, it's a little bit weird to describe. Because I feel like that if we had done, like, our full 6 hours of raiding every week, we probably would have beat the Pheonix by now. But we've had half of that, so it's going to, like, if you only raid, like, if you raid 6 hours a week, you're gonna figure it out faster than if you just raid 3 hours a week, right? And so I feel like we're kind of coming up on that point where everybody's kind of trying to figure stuff out now. And here's the thing, like, I'm everybody. I was holding the team back because I'm an idiot. And so, it took me, like, in, like, real time, like, the clock is ticking right now, it took me weeks to figure it out. But in the sort of vacuum chamber of, like, how many hours have you actually put into this fight, I don't know, not that many, probably like 12, and most of that 12 hours was at the beginning of the fight, which I didn't mess up, right? Like, we've probably just we've gotten to the hard part of the fight in probably about the last 5 or so of gaming hours. Like, maybe 5 or 8 gaming hours, I'm not entirely sure. And so, really, this mechanic that I'm confused on and wiping the party because I'm bad, like, I've really only had about, like, 5 hours with it, maybe even less, right? Because I think we've only gotten to that part, like, a few times. And so, really, you have to break it down as, like, how much practice do you really have with that part even more? It's like, I've basically only gotten to that part 3 times, and I've messed it up every time, right? So it's like, when you think about it like that, you've probably only been doing that specific mechanic for, like, I don't know, like a total of maybe 4 minutes. And so, yeah, it feels like literal months, because it has been literal months. But the times that we get to that mechanic that I need to practice, and the times that I mess up that mechanic that we need to practice, is probably about, like, 3 or 4 minutes of gaming, if that. Because it happens so fast, like, it's 30 seconds, right? So it's like 30 or 40 seconds the mechanic. And we've only gotten there, like, 5 or 6 times. And either we all haven't been alive to where we can do the mechanic properly in the first place, because all 8 people need to be alive, I'm pretty sure, or we, or like, I would say I've only gotten the opportunity to actually do it properly, like, 2 or 3 times. And so, yeah, I feel really bad, because we're getting to the midpoint in the fight, and we're getting to the really hard mechanic after this, and it's like, I keep dropping us because I don't know what I'm doing. But, like, at the same time, I've only really seen it. I've only really tried it, like, 2 or 3 times. Because, like, the other 3 times we were there, people were dead or we weren't standing in the right spot. So I was getting the AoE markers above my head, right? So, like, on one hand, it feels really bad to be the person who's holding the group back. But on the other hand, if we were... Like, and I could fix this by raiding more myself, but I don't like raiding with strangers. I only like raiding with people that I know. But, like, you know, it's... How do I put it? Like, I've only had about, like, 3 or 4 times to actually do the mechanic properly, and I've messed it up all 3 and 4 times, which really, it's something that you can do blind. It's not hard. And, like, the fact that I'm the one messing up, I am holding the team back, for sure. But there's sort of that caveat of, like, I don't really get to practice it very often, and there's no, like, this isn't like a bullet hell, where you can be like, this isn't like a Toho game where you can choose what spell card you want to learn how to dodge, right? Like, you've seen the spell card, you can go into the training mode, and you can dodge the spell card to your heart's content, right? This isn't like that. You have to get to that point in the fight, and it is a little bit annoying that they have a healer mechanic in the middle of the fight, and then I do it wrong every time. But, you know, I'm gonna make sure that I do it right this time. Because I feel like that we're sort of getting to that point where... And sort of where I was trying to, like, wrap this whole thing up in a nice little bow so I can end the video, is that if you were doing your prog for 6 hours every week, then you would have, like... Because we've only been doing 3 hours a week for a while, which is fine, right? People have lives, and lives are obviously more important than a video game. But, like, what I'm trying to say, and things are more important than a video game, but... No, I'm not trying to say that at all. What I am trying to say is that if we were doing prog twice a week for, you know, 6 hours in total, you know, that's double the time, right? Because we're doing it for 3 hours a week. And so we would have probably cleared it like a week ago if we were putting in those extra days, which, like I said, people's real lives are more important. But you do have that sort of, like, you're raiding less, you're progging less, and so you have less experience on the fight, and so when you do have time to prog, people are less experienced than you otherwise would be because you've been missing those days, which, again, it's totally fine, because, like, people have lives, and that's way more important. But, basically, how I'm trying to wrap it all up, and this is the point where you're, like, standing on stage, and the cane is, like, trying to reach for your neck to pull you off the stage, but this is my soapbox, it was made for me, is that, like, we're kind of getting to that point where, like, we're getting much better at the fight, and we're starting to do, like, crazy bullshit, where it's like, we kill one of the birds before the fire glide, so that 2 people don't have to resolve the mechanic, and only, like, I think the main tank is the one, because we killed a north bird, and so 2 people don't have to resolve fire glide, and the main tank can just take the second bird immediately to the other spot, and they can kill it immediately and then help the off tank, which is the team that I'm a part of, kill the other 2 birds. It's absolutely cracked. Like, we're getting much better at the fight, and basically what I'm saying is that, like, that second day that we've been missing is sort of like the hyperbolic time chamber that would have let us clear faster, right? Like, I'm essentially trying to put into words that if you practice more, you're going to get better at the fight faster. Like, that's basically what I'm trying to say here. And I just couldn't find the words for it until literally now. So have a good one, stay safe out there. I'm gonna be Bing chillin'. And, yeah, it's gonna be fun, I'm looking forward to it. Thursday's always a good day. It's prog day. It's Phoenix prog day. Gonna get roasted by a bird for 3 hours. Just big bird kicking down your door .gif, but there's like a color filter that makes him look bright red, and there's fire behind him. And he's also got 3 heads as well. So, thanks for watching, have a good one, stay safe out there, wish me luck. Oh, did I just mess with the sends on my mouse? I think I did. I can't actually tell. I pressed the DPI buttons on my mouse, and I actually can't tell the difference. Probably because of the cursor trail, and the cursor, like, the cursor trail is probably giving me some weird effect. But I literally can't tell. That's hilarious.